Chae Soo-bin is the bride Yeon-seok and Jae-suk talked about in The Happy House. Hello from Yahoo Japan News. Before we dive into this hilariously speculative and hopelessly romantic tale, we want to take a moment to send our warmest greetings to all of you watching and supporting our channel. This video is created with love, creativity, and just a sprinkle of possibly incorrect, but very entertaining deductions. Remember, much of what you're about to see is based on fan interpretations and indirect clues. Please watch until the end, because we've hidden some very exclusive and exciting nuggets of information you don't want to miss. Now, buckle up, we're about to convince you, gently, passionately, and maybe a little dramatically, that Chae Soo-bin might just be the mystery woman in Yeon-seok's life. The suspiciously sweet conversation on a recent episode of the cheerful and chaotic variety show Yeon-seok All Soul, Jae-suk, the nation's MC, casually threw a little emotional grenade. He mentioned that someone had stayed at Yeon-seok's house for 3 weeks. Cue dramatic zoom. Cue awkward silence. Cue Yeon-seok freezing like a deer in headlights. When asked slyly by a fellow guest, was it a woman, Yeon-seok didn't laugh it off like you'd expect from someone who had nothing to hide. Instead, our charming actor turned into a blushing schoolboy caught sneaking love letters under his desk. After a long pause, he mumbled something about a childhood friend, which, by the way, is textbook suspicious behavior in the K-drama universe. Enter the bride candidate, Chae Soo-bin. Not 5 minutes after the broadcast aired, the internet exploded. K-fans started connecting dots faster than a crime scene analyst, and at the center of this wildly romantic puzzle, none other than Chae Soo-bin, Yeon-seok's co-star from When the Phone Rings. Let's talk about that show for a moment. Their chemistry didn't just sizzle, it simmered with something extra. Eyes locking too long, smiles too real, casual touching that didn't feel scripted at all. Viewers couldn't help but feel like they were witnessing more than acting. And then, boom, 3 weeks of silence from Chae Soo-bin, coinciding perfectly with Yeon-seok's mystery guest timeline. Coincidence, or a couple trying to spend time together under the radar? The green-eyed confession. At a recent fan meeting, Yeon-seok added fuel to this fiery rumor. When asked which character he envied the most, he answered Baek Seo-oh's character, who, guess what, has a beautiful and alluring wife. He went on to say he wished he could change places with that character. Fans immediately interpreted this as a thinly veiled confession. Who plays that character's wife? That's right, Chae Soo-bin. And if that wasn't enough, Yeon-seok casually flashed a piece signed Scissor on his blog recently. Innocent, not to fans who noticed the very specific 2 fingers and claimed he was symbolizing one woman. That woman, Soo-bin, of course. Cat clues and silent schedules. Now let's discuss the cat. Yeon-seok's adorable pet cat, recently featured in a photo, seemed oddly similar to one seen previously on Soo-bin's own SNS, right down to the breed and accessories. Is this the same cat? Or are we all just romanticizing random felines? Also suspicious, Soo-bin has had almost no official schedule for a while, particularly during that infamous 3-week window. A break, or a secret vacation with a certain someone. The smile that tells all. The beauty of this couple lies not only in speculative timelines and coded emojis, but in the way they look at each other. During promotions for When the Phone Rings, their smiles were too soft, their gazes too tender. It wasn't acting, it was real, or at least, that's what the passionate fans are claiming. Still not convinced? Don't worry, we dive deeper into more clues inside the video, exclusive behind-the-scenes images, voice tone analyses. Yes, we went there. And an unexpectedly romantic playlist. Yeon-seok posted that lines up eerily with Soo-bin's public posts. But this isn't the first time fans have caught wind of something a little too coincidental between the two. Let's go back to an event that slipped under the radar for most, but not for the internet's most dedicated love detectives. During a behind-the-scenes interview for When the Phone Rings, the cast was asked a light-hearted question: who in this group would make the best spouse in real life? Without missing a beat, Chae Soo-bin giggled and said, someone calm and reliable, someone like Yeon-seok oppa. Cue awkward glances, a half-stifled laugh from Yeon-seok, and a production crew member noticeably Clearing their throat, fans were quick to analyze that moment. Why was everyone acting so tense over a silly question, unless they all knew something more? Then there was the infamous airport coincidence. Sometime late last year, Yeon-seok was spotted at Incheon International Airport, clad in comfy clothes and sunglasses. Nothing unusual, until, just a few gates over, Chae Soo-bin was seen boarding a flight to Paris, on the same airline. Neither of their agencies mentioned a joint schedule, and both actors acted as though the other wasn't there. But fans noticed matching luggage tags, similarly colored coats, and even a glimpse of them heading into the VIP lounge within minutes of each other. Romantic getaway incognito, or just a cosmic alignment of schedules? We'll let you decide. And how can we ignore the matching bracelet incident? A grainy but widely circulated fan photo showed Chae Soo-bin wearing a thin silver bracelet with a tiny star charm while on a casual outing. Weeks later, during a live broadcast, Yeon-seok waved to fans and inadvertently revealed a strikingly similar bracelet, also with a star charm, on the same wrist. Neither ever acknowledged it, but longtime K-drama followers know. When two co-stars start wearing coordinated accessories, something more than friendship may be brewing behind the scenes. Remember the Song couple? Yeah, we've seen this movie before. Even the way they speak about each other in interviews feels just a bit too rehearsed, yet revealing. In separate press events, they've each described their working relationship as comfortable, intuitive, and full of trust, terms often used by on-screen couples who are off-screen partners. 2. One particular clip of Chae Soo-bin shyly referring to Yeon-seok as someone I respect and always feel safe around, had fans spiraling into theory mode. Combine that with Yeon-seok's unusually protective demeanor during joint red carpet events, often adjusting her dress train or stepping slightly in front of her when photographers crowd in, it all adds up to more than just good manners. It screams boyfriend energy. Silence is the new confession. Neither Chae Soo-bin nor Yeon-seok has confirmed or denied these rumors. But their silence is beginning to speak louder than any press statement. A close industry insider even whispered to Han Yeon that they've been surrounded by a strange energy for quite some time, and that a reveal might be on the horizon. Skeptics say this is all a fan fantasy gone wild, but fans with sharp eyes argue, if there's nothing going on, why does he always look so flustered when she's mentioned? Final thoughts and a teasing promise. Whether this romance is real or simply the result of collective wishful thinking, one thing's for sure, the mystery is captivating. Could Yeon-seok and Chae Soo-bin be the next iconic K-drama couple who turned fiction into reality? We aren't claiming we know for sure, but we're absolutely having fun decoding every gesture, every pause, and every adorable smile. And if we're wrong, well, at least we gave your heart a little flutter. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell us your theory. And remember, in the world of K-drama love, every lingering glance is a clue. See you in the next video.